Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I'll be sharing with you is how you can install SSL TLS certificates on the Application Load Balancer. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, what we'll do is to create an EC2 instance first. So let's go to EC2. Then you go to the instances running. Then you launch an instance. Then you can give this instance a name. So I just put demo. Then you can choose AWS Linux too. You can use the free tier. Okay, so you can select this T2. You can select the T2 micro key pair login. So you can choose any key pair that you want for this demonstration. So I just put present. So you can create a new key pair for yourself also. Okay, so I just create a security group, and the rest I just leave here as default. So you want to auto assign a public IP, so you can just put enable for now. And the rest you can leave as default. So once you are happy with this, you can just click launch instance. Okay, next, what you want to do is you go to your EC2 dashboard, click on the instances running. So right now, this instance is running, but it's still initializing. So you just give it a while for it to change the status. Next, what you need to do is also to create Elastic IP. Elastic IP is a way for you to create a permanent IP address for your instance. Because if you do not do that, anytime you do a reboot or you stop and then start again, then it will the public IP will change. So you can go to Elastic IP here. So basically you can allocate from an Amazon pool of IPv4 addresses. So you just allocate. So you click on this IP, then you can click on associate. So you can click on check the instance. So you can select demo. So once you're happy with this, you just click associate. So now this is our new IP address for the EC2 instance. So if you click on the demo, you can see that this is our new IP address. So next, what you need to do also to create allow system manager to connect to this instance directly. Because if let's say you click on connect, so there are two ways you can actually connect to this instance. First is using SSH client, or you can use the session manager to actually connect directly. But in order to do this, you actually need to allow AWS system manager. Basically, you need to give a permission for system manager to access to an instance. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to create you go to the IAM, enable that permission. So you can go to roles. So as you can see here, there's a SSM instance profile. So click on it. So as you can see here, this is what I've set for this particular role. So if you go back here, so let's go back here. Let's go back to EC2 instance. Then click on the instance ID. Then click on security. So over here, you can see that now there's no IAM role. So you need to give an IAM role for this instance. So you can click on actions. Then you can click on the security, modify IAM role. So you can give the correct one, which is this one, IAM instance profile. You can update the IAM role. Basically, what you're doing now is to allow AWS System Manager to actually access to your instance directly. So just give you some time to actually update. Sometimes you may even need to reboot your instance in order for the changes to take place. So to test here, you can click on the connect. So you can see here now it's still not updated. You can actually refresh it. Or you can actually do a reboot of the instance. Okay, let's do a reboot. Let's refresh it. Okay, so this is what you will see if it's enabled successfully. So now you can see that you can actually use the session manager. So you click on connect. Okay, so now you are in the system already. So yes, it's already logged in. So you can also see who is the, who am I? So you're SSM user. So next, what you need to do is to install a LAMP web server. So basically, it's to install an Apache web server with PHP and MariaDB on the Amazon Linux 2 instance. So let's do that. So first, you need to do a yum update. So paste. So no packages, mark it for update. Then you copy, paste. So basically just follow this instruction. Okay, you also install this. So once you're done, you can actually start the web server. So how do you know whether it has started? So come here and put status. You can see that it's running. Okay, so next what you do is to do a test out. So you can go to your instance, check the public IP address. Oops. Okay, so sometimes you see the size cannot be reached. So it could be that your security group is not set up correctly. So right now, as you can see here, the security group, you only allow port 22 to access the instance. So what you need to do is go to the security group, edit on the inbound rules, add rule for HTTP, and put like this. So later on, we will be adding the SSL TLS certificate. So we also want HTTPS to be enabled. So just click on this. So basically over here, what it means that you allow anyone to actually access your website. So if let's say in the future you want to harden this, you can actually only allow certain IP addresses to access your website. You can also do so over here. So save rules. Okay, so now once you're done, you should be able to see the test page. So you can see now the test page is here. So it means that it's working correctly. So next, what you need to do is actually give a domain name for this IP address, because you don't want, it'll be very difficult for people to remember your IP address. So that's why you can actually create a domain name for that. So I already have a domain name here. What you can do is to add the IP address into this DNS records. So you can add a record. So this is my domain name, demo.ryu.kyu. So you can click on the A record. So you can update the TTL to 300. So at most, it will only take 5 minutes to update the DNS records. So you can put the subdomain. So let's do a control F5. So as you can see now, it has been successfully pointed to this test page. So you can also do a dig on the subdomain. So as you can see now, this particular subdomain is pointing to the IP address. So next, what you need to do is to create a SSL TLS certificate and then attach to the load balancer. For that, you can create the SSL TLS certificate first. So you can go to the AWS Certificate Manager first. AWS Certificate Manager. So basically, it's where you can actually create your SSL TLS certificate. So you can click on request a certificate. So request a public certificate, click on next. So the domain name that you want to create is this. Okay, you can also add another one, which is this. This is the wildcard. So it means that anything that comes before this domain name will also be registered as well. Okay, so DNS validation. So once you're okay with this, so you can just click request. So just refresh, and then you can click on this and you see that it has created two certificates for these two domains. Okay. So what you need to do next is to put in the CNAME name and CNAME value into your DNS records. So you can just add record, then click on CNAME. So you can just put here. So remember to remove this because there's a duplicate. So what you can do is copy this as well and paste it here. So click on create. Oops. Let's adjust the TTL. So I just over here just put 300. So you update in the next 5 minutes. So once it has been updated, you will see that this status will change from pending to OK. So just give it a while. Pending validation. So you will change from this to issued. So you can see now the status has changed to success. So that means that the SSL certificate is working correctly. Okay. So next, what you need to do also to actually install this certificate on a load balancer and then connect the load balancer to the instance. So what you need to do next is you go back here, then click on the load balancers. So you can create a load balancer. So as you can see here, application load balancer. So you just create one. So you can give a name, demo HTTPS LB. So internet facing, everything. You can just create a VPC. So you can just leave it as a default one. So you can just create your mapping subnet. So you can also create your security group. So you can also choose the one that you use for the same as the instance one. Okay, so you just create one. So now you can also choose HTTP. So later on, Okay, so this listener I will add it later. So I just create a load balancer first. At least two subnet must be specified. Okay, so I just click on maybe this two. So I just create these two. A target group. So I can create a target group over here. I instance. So target group name is demo G. Okay. So in this case, I want to have a HTTPS, right? So I just put 4.3. And this is the help checks. So I just click next. So I can also create the target. Okay. So what I can do next is just create the target first. So over here, you just click on refresh first. Then you select this, the one that we have created just now. Then you create a load balancer. So basically, target group allows you to specify what instance you want it to link it to the load balancer. So next, you can see that your load balancer is provisioning. So everything should be okay. So what you need to do next is to actually go to this target group to register a target group. So you can register a target. So this is the one that we want to link. So select this and then include as pending below. So once you are happy with this, just click register pending targets. Okay. So this health status is important. It must be healthy in order for it to work. So if it's unhealthy, then we have to investigate why is it unhealthy. Okay. So let's go back here. So you can also set up a listener. So now we already are listening on HTTP 80. You want to add another listener, which is HTTPS. So it's 443. Then you want to so you can leave it as default. Security policy, leave it as default. So this is where you can actually put in your SSL TLS certificate. So you just click on this. So you can also do a listener. So what you can do is to forward to a target group. So in this case, the target group is this. So I select this. Then I just click add. So let's go back here. Next, okay, so as you can see here, now it's working correctly. So what you need to do is that you also want to forward this HTTP to HTTPS. So what you can do is this. You can edit. So what you can do is you can change it to redirect to HTTPS and update. Okay. So let's go back to here. Target group. Let's check it out. So now you see the health status is unhealthy. So what you need to do is go to Apache web server to make sure that actually is listening on the port 443, and at the same time is able to support this SSL TLS connection. Okay. So let's see. Connect. Session manager. So make sure it's listening on 443. As you can see here, it's only listening on port 80. So what you do next is to actually install the modules in order to support the SSL TLS connection. Okay, so what I need to do is make sure it's enabled. Then do an update, and then you need to add this Apache module. So click on copy and paste it. Okay, so once it's completed, then you run the script to generate a self-signed dummy certificate and key for testing. All right, so now it has generated a new file. Then we need to open this particular config file and comment out the following line. So let's do that. So I need to do a sudo. Okay, so you need to comment out this. So we just click save. Okay, so next you need to restart the Apache. So over here, you can restart. So it should be working now. Okay, so it's running. So next one you do is to test it out. So let's see, HTTPS. Okay, connection is not private, so proceed. Okay. So what you need to do next, right? As you can see here, is accessing directly to the IP address. So what you need to do is to route to the load balancer instead. So as you can see here, now this one is actually routing to the web server IP address directly and it's using the self-signed cert. So that's why I see it's not secure. Okay, certificate is not valid. See self-signed. So what you need to do is to route your traffic to the load balancer instead. So what you can do is go to the load balancer. So you can see here, this is the DNS name. So first you test it out first to see if the load balancer is working correctly. Okay, so let's go back to the target group and check it out. Okay, so let's go back here. So now it's listening on port 443 and make sure that your security group is working as well. So port 443, okay. So let's go back here, target group again. Okay, so sometimes you also have, so sometimes if let's say this health status still remains unhealthy, you can try to reboot our instance and make sure that it's listening on port 80 and port 443. Okay, so now health status is okay. So maybe at this point I can also so next what I need to do is to change this, go back to our DNS record, change this to our load balancer CNAME. So as you can see, this is our load balancer DNS record. So we can run this. Okay, so you have to remove this first. Then you add a new record. Then change to CNAME. Copy this and then paste it here. Okay, so let's do a refresh. So let's take a look. Okay, so now it's pointing to this. So I'll give you a while to actually update. So as you can see here, this is actually wrong, you see. There's actually a suffix at the end. So you want to remove this. So we can go back here. So you can go back here. You can see that, make sure there's a period at the end. Okay, so your record pointed here. If not, it will actually point to this. Okay. So make sure you get done that. So update. So next, do a refresh. So as you can see now, connection is secure. So of course, I have also put index.html for this. You can also put something nicer. So connection is secure. So maybe I want to make it better. So remove this current one. So there's this what I've created. This one, okay, I will just remove first. So next one I'll do is so I've downloaded the folder. So what I can do now is move this folder. Oh, sorry, all these folder and files to the previous directory. Okay, so you can see here, there's an index.html here. So let's take a look. So as you can see here, now this is the landing page. So of course, some people might try using like HTTP. So let's see whether it works. So you can see here, now it's being redirected to HTTPS. So that's it for my short tutorial on how you can install SSL TLS certificate on the load balancer and then connect it to your web server. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this video, I appreciate you give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video.